Hi, welcome to the GenX Glam Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether you're new, whether you're coming back. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I know there's a lot of choices out there, so thank you so much. Normally I'd give a little bit more of an intro, but as you can see, I'm halfway through applying something to this side of my face. Yeah, I had to stop the video. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm a mom in her basement, uncut. I'm not a guru. I have a massive makeup collection because I'm having a midlife makeup crisis, and I'm sharing my journey with you as I try products out. And I give a lot of this stuff away. I have 2 giveaways going on right now. I will link those videos in this video description. I put together a Glam Go Bag with pretty much everything you need to do a full face, and somewhere around here, and I think it's fallen somewhere off my Glam station, there's a really nice Charlotte Tilbury skincare discovery set with her glow toner, with her magic elixir serum, with her under eye rescue cream, all in like minis, right? Mini or deluxe sizes, and her magic cream. So get in on that if you haven't gotten in on that yet. Okay, so what do I have on my face? What happened was I was filming my video and the screens behind me, like one of them fell. And I was like, you know what? I'm pretty uncut, right? Those of you who've been following my channel for a while, stuff falls off the Glam station, dryer goes off, kids interrupt me, like, and I just keep going. I just keep going, but it was bothering me. If it's bothering me, then a fallen screen would probably bother someone else. So I had to stop. And yeah. So what did I have? What this is, and I've said this before, sometimes I start these videos and something like that happens. I try to film them in slow-mo, whatever. They're corrupted and I have to film it again. And then you'll never know what I said in those other videos. But I didn't get too far in. Although I got far enough in where I was putting on this product. This is the new Buttermelt Soft Glow Skin Tint with SPF 30 from NYX. I have been waiting for this to come in the mail. It's recently dropped because I've been dying, not really. I mean, that's pretty dramatic. I've been pretty excited to match it up against e.l.f.'s Woa Glow, which has been out for a while, also a skin tint, also SPF 30, and I've just been really excited to try them side by side. So this is the shade 02 Vanilla. This is supposed to have like 93% skincare ingredients in it. There are a lot of ingredients, my friends, and I just kept peeling back these info things, and it's just like more and more information. And you know, I learned something from peeling this back because I was taking a deep dive into the ingredients because I wanted to point out in this video, and I can demonstrate because I have the 2 different types of sunscreens in my collection. You've got your mineral sunscreens and you've got your chemical sunscreens. Both provide UV protection. It's just the mineral ones, they're thicker, and the mineral ingredient itself is what is providing the shield, the barrier. Whereas in the chemical, which this falls into the chemical sunscreen category, the chemicals reacting together are what are giving you your protection. All right, this Woa Glow also falls in the chemical, but like I feel like the word chemical probably gets, you know, a stigma to it. Do like my Gen Xers out there, can I call upon you? Do you, and I guess you younger folks, do you remember Gen Xers? Do you remember in like elementary school and middle school, they sent us home with these green stickers that had like a skull on them that we could go put on. We were encouraged to go put on toxic products in the house, things that were poisonous, so that we didn't, I don't know, consume the poisonous objects. Do you remember those green stickers? Anyway, so I feel like the word chemical does tend to get people's, fluff people's feathers. But there's really, the bottom line is the chemical and the mineral sunscreen products, they all provide UV protection. We wouldn't be putting stuff on our face that, you know, required the green sticker of death, right? So the most important thing, the most important takeaway is, you know, don't get caught up in the debate. Just protect your skin. And go with what feels great for you, and how much time you have. Sometimes the mineral sunscreens have the zinc oxide and titanium dioxide ingredients, and they leave that white cast. They take a little bit longer to apply. but they're fantastic for folks that have acne prone or sensitive skin. Whereas, you know, the chemical based sunscreens, look at how, I mean, let's take a look. Lean in. That's what I do. All right, lean in to give you guys a good look. So that's the NYX side. That's the Woa Glowa side. Nothing, thankfully, pilled. Neither of these has pilled with the skincare that I put on, because they say sunscreen is like the last step in your skincare. My skincare today, I'm trying to simulate kind of like the look, like what I did last summer. Last summer, right before I went on vacation, I think, was it in May or June? Tier put a mad sale on Amazon, and I bought their milky toner, and I bought their SOS serum that says it's refreshing, it says moisturizing and anti-wrinkle. And I used these pretty much exclusively while I was on, you know, my month and a half long summer vacation. I would use those. I would put on, I was really into my Charlotte Tilbury Invisible Primer Sunscreen. It was SPF 50. Also, when you look at the back of that product though, it does fall in the chemical sort of sunscreen area. All right, so what do we think? We're going to build on it a little bit. We're going to do, like I said, I'm simulating what I did over the summer, which was basically clean face, some Tier milky toner, SOS serum, a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury moisturizer, my sunscreen, and then maybe I took like a little bit of like a blush or a bronzer, and I went about my day. But, you know, I'm very active on these summer vacations, and that's another benefit, they say, of the chemical-based sunscreens. You know, they're great for like outdoorsy activities. But when I started to peel back the sticker on this thing, one of the recommendation was to reapply every 2 hours. You know, that's not necessarily for me in the summer, because I don't know if I want a sunscreen in the summer that I can put on that's going to last me a while, protect me. Like, okay, maybe I have to touch it up a little bit, but I don't want to be touching up every 2 hours. So you know, that's kind of a con for me on this, but at least they were honest about it. They put it in there more details. You just got to keep peeling these things back. So there it is. Let's put a little bit, let's do some color correcting on top of it, because this is my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish. I don't tend to skip color correcting unless I just know I'm going to be out in the wilderness and I just really don't care, you know, and I don't do it necessarily for other people, other people who I'm going to scare away with my dark circles and discolorations and stuff. I do it for myself. You know, that's what I do all of my glam pretty much for myself, not for anyone else. And it's just, as I've said before, so, and what I feel comfortable with, diminishing the imperfections, not expecting to be perfect, not expecting to create that perfect look. I just don't have that expectation for myself, but that's just me, right? I've always said too, makeup is such an individualistic sort of perspective. It very much so is. And what makes you feel right is what you need to go for. Yeah, I mean, that's tiny. I mean, the tiniest bit. But again, it's not pilling. I feel like I'm building up okay on top of both sides. I'm leaning in again. This is the NYX side, the 02 Buttermelt Glaze Soft Glow Tint SPF 30, and that's the Woa Glowa side. Yeah, I think actually those, I don't look orange. I don't look like too much mismatched when it comes to shading. All right, so I want to recognize something. I just want to recognize something, especially those of you that have been hanging out with me. We just finished Fun February. It was so much fun. I asked a question of the day. There was so much engagement. I just had so much fun learning about everyone and watching other people react to other people's comments. That was the whole point of it. We did it in October as well, during Octoberpalooza. I've been naming the months ever since Octoberpalooza. So I have come up with a name for March, okay? We are in, wait for it, MSH March. It stands for make stuff happen. Let's make stuff happen. And instead of having a question of the day every day, I'm just going to, like every once in a while, remind people to let me know what stuff you're making happen. I have to make a lot of stuff happen because I shared with everyone that I'm on the move. I'm going to be on the move this summer. I have a lot of stuff to prep in order to get my ducks in a row to move. And so I've got sort of a mental list, and every once in a while, you know, when I'm sitting there chilling, watching one of my shows or just playing down here at my glam station, and I'm really enjoying some time to myself, I start to think, oh dear, I could be making something happen somewhere in the house, doing something, going through another closet. So what we did today, and I'm going to put this on. Let me talk about another NYX product. This is NYX Lip IV. It's a new product from NYX. And this is Drip and Rose. I demoed Hydra Honey earlier in the week, and that video went nuts. Got the most views I've ever gotten on a video, but yet the watch time was very low. So I don't know what the deal was with that. I have no idea. I've never gotten 1.3K views, but people didn't stick around very long in it. Just my diehards, I think. But what's interesting about this product from NYX is that it's a gloss. It's UV or Lip IV. It's infused with a bunch of vitamins, and you can use it two ways. You could leave it on like this, like I just did. This Drip and Rose. This is pretty dark. This is pretty dark, although I usually like things that are in the rose family, and so that's why I went with it. Let's do another thing I demoed last week was this new Flush Blush from it'll come to me from Glow Recipe. Yes, from Glow Recipe, and I really like it. I like how it kind of, it's got niacinamide in it. So it's like, it's supposed to be 100% skincare. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice that, you know, Glow Recipe is getting into the makeup. That goes pretty well, doesn't it? But like the fact that it's, you know, Glow Recipe, I said this before, they are a skincare brand, right? Like that to their core, they are skincare. So something like this in the summer that has a skincare component to it gives me a little bit of pigment and flush. I think, and this is the berry flush. There's another one that's more of like a pinkish flush. I think that this might be a go-to product for me for the summer. I mean, the fact that it gives that bit of pigment, that bit of flush that I like to achieve sometimes just by pinching my cheeks. The flush that I get from this reminds me of the natural flush I sometimes will go for when I don't have anything on, and just throughout the day, I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to pinch my cheeks a little bit and irritate them to the point where they flush. That's not bad. But the interesting thing I was going to say about this, and I mentioned it in another video, is that NYX says you can use this two ways. You can put it on, and when the nice little gloss wears off, it leaves you with a stain, or you can leave it on for like 10 minutes and then you can wipe it off and it will leave a stain behind. But you see, I don't have that glossy gloss anymore, but I do have a nice little stain. I could go over it with whatever. All right, I promised. Did I promise? I think I said we're going to look at some examples of mineral sunscreens and chemical sunscreens based on their ingredients. That's how we're classifying them from my own collection. And I mentioned my Charlotte Tilbury SPF 50, like invisible something primer. Used that a lot last summer. I don't have any more of it. But I really liked it. Another product I used last summer, DRMTLGY. I don't know how you pronounce it. I pronounce it Dermatology. I got it off Amazon. A friend recommended it. It was great. It was like, I think it was SPF 46, and it was like universal. So it adapted to the tone of everyone's skin. It was like, it had a little bit of a tint to it, and then it was supposed to adapt to people's skin. And that one though was a mineral. So let's look at this. I kept this in this glow stick from Supergoop SPF 50. I kept this in my tennis bag all last summer. I used it quite a bit, and I don't know, maybe halfway through it. But when I took a deep dive into the ingredients, it's got, maybe I'm going to type this in the text, avobenzone. Avobenzone is an ingredient that is in all of these that all of these chemical, I hate saying that word because it's not, you know, it does have such a stigma to it. But in the case of sunscreen, again, it's just the chemicals are reacting together in a way that protects you from the sun, right? And getting protection from the sun on your skin is a good thing. So, okay, so I have to get over that. This is new from e.l.f. I haven't opened it yet. They're Invisistick SPF 50. It probably is. I mean, like, look at this. We talked about dupes last week, and I can't remember who was telling me. Oh, it was such a thoughtful comment. And I can't remember if it was Bees Latte or if it was Jen L. But they were making the point that a lot of times a bigger company, a more fancier company owns some of the more, you know, some of the drugstore, I guess, company like lines. And in the case of this product right here, NYX Lip IV, this NYX in general, on the back here, when you read all the small print, it's like owned by L'Oreal. So I thought that was a really interesting comment, and I'm so sorry it's like escaping me right now exactly who made it. But it's the point is to keep in mind the context of, like, when you're talking about dupes, you may be like, oh well, e.l.f. isn't a good example, but let's just take NYX. You know, L'Oreal, like a lot of brands live under the umbrella of maybe like one big brand, right? Where they're out there, like L'Oreal has all of their products out there too, right? But they've also got NYX underneath their umbrella. So anyway, I think these look kind of dupey. That's made me think of that. You know, the yellow packaging, they're both SPF 50. They're both Invisisticks. This is, I mean, glow stick. I mean, it's, come on, that's Invisi. That falls in the Invisi category. All right. Oh, this one here from Tula. I think I got this in Ipsy box. So this is Tula Skincare SPF 30. It's a tint, but it's got that avobenzone in it. Look at that. It's really nice. I do like the tints. It's got the avobenzone in it, which seems to be, you know, one of the ingredients that you can use and recognize as one in a chemical ingredient. This is a little bit thicker than these other ones. Let's just try it. I haven't used it for a while. Tula. There we go. But I think that I think everybody kind of, in terms of household names, if you think of ingredients that are household names, I think we can all, like, zinc oxide resonates with many of us, right? So if you're looking at the back of a sunscreen product and it's got zinc oxide in it, then you know that that's a mineral-based one. It's going to leave that white cast. It's going to take longer to apply, this, that, and the other. But there are some brands out there that are making tints with the mineral ingredients in them. Here's two that I have in my collection. Tower 28, and I really like this. I liked this a lot. I've probably used close to half of it. I bought it last year, and I want to say it's in the shade Melrose. And I really, really like it. It has the zinc oxide in it, so it falls in that mineral sunscreen brand category. Kosas, my gosh. This got so much hype last year. I said I didn't really like it. I left it in the community bathroom at our family cottage, but it's got zinc oxide in it, so it falls in the mineral family, mineral sunscreen ingredient family. This, I kind of like this one. This is not a tint. Both of these, the Kosas and the Tower 28, kind of have tint to them. This one does not. This is from Shiseido. There's no tint. Oh, actually there is. I didn't think there was a tint in this. I take it back. But it's got the zinc oxide in it. Wow, it was very watery. That's very, very watery. I used it, I didn't travel with it, but I used it kind of like down here at my Glam station. All these you should really shake up. Wow. They all have that kind of scent to them as well. All right, did I cover everything I wanted to cover? Okay, well, let's talk about if you're still sticking around, that means like you're one of my ride or dies viewers out there. And to you guys who answered the question of the day when I talked about should I do a live, you know, I got some encouragement out there to maybe consider doing that. I did talk to my son about it. I was like, if I do this live, I'm going to need you, I think, with me. Will you do it with me so that you can help read comments and I can answer them? So, so yeah, we can still, I'm still thinking about that. And getting back to MSH March, make stuff happen. What we did today is something that I've wanted to do for a while. I grabbed the boys in the morning after we all had breakfast and I said, we're going to go through all of the cupboards and we're going to get out all of the perishable items that are still good that we can donate, that you don't want, and then they donate, right? And then stuff that's still good, right? Obviously we're going to consume, and stuff that's expired or we're not going to use because we have less than 5 months left here. We're just going to go ahead and compost. And so we did that. We went through, and I don't have a lot. I mean, the three of us, we don't take in a lot. You know, I kind of buy for the week. I try not to stock up too much stuff. So, but it was something I wanted to do for a while. And we had so much fun. Even Zena got in on it. Zena has been going up on top of the refrigerator a lot and like trying to get in this one cupboard on top of the fridge, and where I'm like, what's going on? It was mostly just dry storage stuff up there, like Ziplocs, boxes of Ziploc bags and stuff like that. And so, but I want to get all these cupboards empty so I can wash them down, right? Like incrementally clean the house before we have to get out of here. And so I called her into the kitchen, and my older son, I was like, just go ahead and put her in the cupboard. She's been wanting to go in that thing. She's been getting up on top of the fridge for weeks. It's a new behavior. She doesn't usually do it. And she just hung out in the kitchen. She was just so, like, she looked like the Queen of Sheba up there, just like watching us work from her perch. It was a lot of fun. So we're making stuff happen here. Making stuff happen in March, and I don't know what we're gonna do in April, but we'll come up with a new name. I need the inspiration to hit. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that you are well. I hope that your family are well. I really truly appreciate you. Get on in on the giveaway action that's going on here at the GenX Glam Gab channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.